Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a book review for you, but before I get into that, I want to talk about what's been going on with the channel here. So I posted a video a couple of weeks ago, maybe three weeks ago. It's the top 10 most disturbing books that I've read, and I knew that it would probably be a pretty successful video compared to like some of my other stuff, but I'm amazed at the reception that it has gotten. It's like over 3,000 views, tons of comments, and the subscriber count has just like exploded. So I want to thank everyone for watching my channel and for subscribing. It's been awesome. When I posted that video, I had a little less than 200 subscribers, and now I've got a little more than 400. I'm not sure exactly the number, but we're approaching this 500 subscriber mark. And I want to do something special for that because that feels like a milestone. So what I've been doing is there's been a lot of comments on that video, people recommending books and things like that. What I've been doing is I've been taking all those recommendations, tallying them up. Once I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a little video. Whatever book has the most recommendations will be the next book that I read and review for the channel. So if you haven't checked that video out, please do. I'll put a little link right here for you to check that out. And if you have a book that you would like me to read and review, put it in the comments. Now, you probably only got a couple days, so if you haven't yet, be sure to do that. Anyway, let's get into the review. I'm going to talk about Breach of Peace by Daniel Greene. Daniel Greene is a booktuber. He mostly talks about fantasy and stuff, but he's like got one of the biggest channels on YouTube. I've been watching his channel for a couple years now. I really like what he does, and there's been a handful of books that I've read based on his recommendations, and generally I agree with a lot of the things that he says. So when he announced that he was putting this book out and all this stuff, I really wanted to read it. I really enjoyed this book for a debut novel. It's a novella. It's pretty short. It's only like 130 pages, but it was good. I mean, it was very kind of concise, tight sort of story, and it sounds like he's planning to do 2 more novellas, so like a trilogy of novellas that all take place in the same world or whatever. And then I guess after that, his plan is to do like a larger series of like full-length novels. So I'm very interested to see where it goes from here. What is this book about? Basically, it's kind of a detective novel or a detective story. It starts off, the main character, her name is Clyd, and her husband Samuel, and I don't know, her partner or another investigator, his name's Chapman, and those are like the 3 main characters. In the very beginning of the book, they are investigating I guess you'd call it a mass murder or something. Like basically a whole family of like aristocratic kind of like elite people in society are murdered very horrifically, and their bodies are kind of like staged, and it's very dramatic, and it's meant to send a message. Now the question is, what is the message and who is the message for? So they're investigating these murders, and things start to come together, and it reveals this like larger plot within what's going on in the government and stuff. It would be very easy to give stuff away, so I'm not going to do that, but I will say that I really enjoyed the mystery element of it. I liked kind of where the story led, and overall I really liked the plot and everything. The characters I thought were really well drawn, especially for like how short the book was. Like we were able to really get a good sense of who these characters were. Like I said, there weren't very many main characters. The only thing I will say is some of the side characters, like the chief of police kind of guy, he is, he's a character, but he's not really in the book that much, and we don't really know much about him. There's a couple other side characters, like I said, that just briefly make an appearance, and so we don't really get a lot of time to like develop those characters, but that's okay. The main story is about these 3 investigators. This is a fantasy story, so I want to talk about world building a little bit. Because the scope of the book is so like focused on these like 3 characters, we don't see a lot outside of like police culture and stuff in the world. So we don't get a lot of like common people type of perspective, and we don't get a lot of that. So it's kind of like I don't really understand how the world works for like most people. And hopefully maybe that'll be coming in maybe the next book or something soon. There's not a lot as far as setting and stuff, and there's not a lot about like how the world works, but the little bits that we do get are very intriguing, and I want to know more. So like it seems like they live in this kind of dystopian Orwellian society where like everything is kind of controlled by this government that is headed by, they call him the Almighty. I don't know if he's actually a god or if he just is magic to the point of people revere him as a god or what. But, you know, there's like a Ministry of Truth, a Ministry of Health, a Ministry of Defense. There's all these like governmental like entities that like control like all the aspects of society, and the police are kind of part of this. They are like appointed by the Almighty, so like the work that they do, they have a lot of like leeway with what they do. They're charged with protecting the citizenry and enforcing the law. Anything they do is considered the will of the Almighty, so like they have a lot of leeway in how they engage in their law enforcement. I thought that was interesting. Like I said, I want to know more. I want to know more about who the Almighty is, and if they're actually like a god or if they're just like a figurehead. This little book was just enough to pique my interest. I wanna see where it goes. So hopefully, I don't know when the next one is planned to come out. Hopefully soon. As far as the writing goes, it was overall pretty good. There were a few kind of clunky sort of paragraphs or sentences where I had to go back and reread some stuff to try to figure out exactly what was going on or what he was trying to say. Nothing like that like completely broke it down for me, but like just a couple of like odd phrases and words and stuff that I was just like, oh, I wonder. I had to like reread some stuff. So, but like I said, for a first novel, this is pretty well done. And so yeah, so Daniel, good work. I'm looking forward to the next installment. But anyway, that's all I've really got to say about this. Again, if you haven't checked out the top 10 most disturbing novels, please go in there and check out the video and let me know if you have any books to recommend. Once I hit 500 subs, I'll do that 500 sub video, and then I'll let you guys know what book got the most recommendations. So anyway, that's all I got for you. See you guys next time. Peace.